Good morning, students. Welcome to chemistry class. We are studying chapter number 3, atomic structure. In the previous classes, we discussed about atom, the fundamental particles of atom, and the atomic theories. We have already studied the discovery of electrons. Today, we will discuss about the discovery of protons and neutrons. Discovery of protons by Goldstein Experiment. Goldstein performed an experiment to show the presence of material particles which are positive in nature. Here I would like to remind you about the nature of electrons. Electrons were negative in nature. Now the material particles which are positive in nature are protons. He took a discharge tube that was filled with hydrogen gas, and the cathode negative electrode is perforated. When high voltage is provided to the gas at very low pressure, light is observed behind the cathode. Remember that cathode is negative electrode. High voltage and low pressure are the conditions of this experiment. So the light which was observed behind the cathode was due to the ionization of gas filled in the tube. Here you can see the apparatus for the production of anode rays or for proving the presence of positive material particles. This apparatus is similar to the cathode rays tube with a slight difference of perforated cathode over here. The red glow is basically the presence of positive charged particles. And here we can see that from anode, positive particles are moving towards the negative electrode. As the existence of protons was verified, the properties were investigated, and another scientist, J.J. Thomson, who discovered the electrons, proposed the properties of positive rays. And the properties of positive rays are these rays travel in straight lines from anode to cathode. These are deflected towards the negative plate when passed through an electric field, showing that these carry a positive charge. That's why they are going towards the negative plate. The charge upon mass ratio of positive particle is much smaller than that for electron, and it varies with the nature of gas in the tube. Here, the hydrogen gas has been used in the tube. If any other gas will be used, the charge upon mass ratio will show a difference. As we have discussed the discovery of electrons and protons, and it has been proved by different experiments performed by the scientists, here is the property of an element, that is atomic number. Atomic number shows a lot of characteristics of the element. By knowing the atomic number of an element, we can understand almost everything about that element. So what is atomic number? The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number, as well as the number of electrons present in the shells of an atom represents the atomic number. So we can say that the number of protons or electrons present in an atom indicates the atomic number of that element. For example, atomic number of carbon is 6 because the number of protons of carbon is 6. The number of electrons of carbon is also 6. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7 because the number of protons of nitrogen is 7 and the number of electrons are also 7 in the nitrogen atom. So the properties of carbon and nitrogen are different because their atomic numbers are different from each other. And it is proved that atomic number also indicates the number of electrons in an atom. It is denoted by Z. The number of protons remains same in an atom, but the number of electrons may change when an atom forms ion or molecule. Now the discovery of third fundamental particle of atomic structure, that is neutron. James Chadwick discovered the neutrons through artificial radioactivity. Now what is radioactivity? Radioactivity is a phenomena related to the spontaneous disintegration of nucleus of an atom and emission of invisible radiations from the nucleus of an atom. Now what is spontaneous disintegration? It is basically the breaking up of nucleus into so many particles, and as the nucleus releases energy in the form of rays, those invisible rays are known as radiations. Now, there are certain or specific radioactive substances. These substances are uranium, thorium, polonium. The substances which emits radiations are called radioactive substances. Ernest Rutherford determined the nature of radioactive rays by an experiment and showed that there are three types of radioactive rays. Here in the diagram you can see the setup of the experiment. He took a sample of radioactive substance and placed that in a lead block. You can see in the diagram the radioactive material placed in the lead block, and the lead block was placed between the two oppositely charged plates, and a photographic plate is fitted in the setup to receive the deflection of different rays. So the radiations coming out of the cavity were passed through a strong electric field. It was observed that these radiations split into three directions, or we can say that the radiations were resolved into three components. One component was deflected towards the negative plate. The second component deflected towards the positive plate. The third type were not deflected in the electric field. According to the deflection showed by the rays or the charged particles, they were termed as alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma particles. So the positive charged particles, alpha particles, were deflected towards the negative plate. These positive charged particles are called alpha particles. Negatively charged particles were deflected towards the positive plate, and the rays remain undeflected, not bent in any direction, showing that these are neutral, having no charge. These rays are called gamma rays. They are not matter particle in nature. Thank you so much, students. That was all about the discovery of neutrons and protons. and we have also studied the phenomena of radioactivity. Now, I would like to request you all to please study all those topics from your book and try to learn and solve the questions from the exercise in the book. See you in the next class. Thank you.